Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Dark Waters. And this is the film challenging the whole entire litigation of Dupont and the whole situation with Teflon poisoning the waters in West Virginia. And this is starring Mark Ruffalo, who in many ways is very understated in this film because his character is very reserved. But he has his emotional moments and he has these tics, and his character is pretty complex and is a nice anchor for the rest of this film, which could have been a documentary, but they dramatized this and really get you into seeing these characters like Bill Camp, who's this farmer, and he really captures that West Virginia kind of farmer. And you really see some hard, challenging moments with this character and what he's going through and trying to break down this lawyer facade that Mark Ruffalo has, where he has this distance, but then him becoming so obsessive and it challenging his family, including his wife, Anne Hathaway, who has some very great moments in this film because she isn't just like the stay-at-home wife. She is the stay-at-home wife, but she was a lawyer too. And there's moments of that and those challenging relationship moments and that dynamic with her and her husband Mark Ruffalo in this film. And from a directing standpoint, this is a really well crafted film. There are some moments, like, there's parts of this film that it's like, it could drag a little bit because this is over 2 hours and there's so many time jumps. This film takes place over 15 years. And sometimes it feels a little repetitive, and I get it, this is what happened, but it's like, could have moved it along a little bit at some points, and there's a lot of exposition in this film, and they try to do a really good job of trying to find creative ways to express that exposition, but there is a lot of just being talked at by Mark Ruffalo. And there's character conduits in the film that are supposed to represent the audience as he's just spilling all this information, and at times it feels like they're just beating you over the head with it. But there's some great performances. Mark Ruffalo's great, Anne Hathaway gives a great performance, Tim Robbins has some of his moments, and Victor Garber has some moments, and Bill Pullman, the just sassy southern attorney, and having his like hamming it up moments in some scenes. But this film is more, I would say, it isn't a like great top tier film of the year kind of thing. But it's a really important film that's going to freak you out and make you paranoid, because it sure did to me. And there's definitely moments in this film where I'm like rethinking my life and some of my life choices, and especially the very human destruction that this whole situation has on Mark Ruffalo and the stress and what it's causing him, and thinking about it's like, I need to take better care of myself. This film's freaking me out. And it really does move you in a really powerful way. It just isn't always the most interesting of films. But I think it's a really worthwhile film, and I think everybody should really see this because there's some really important stuff in this and some really challenging things, and I think this film's worth it. So I'm going to say go check out Dark Waters, and it's an important film to see. And this idea of what powerful organizations can do to harm people for the sake of making money, and that does happen, and it still happens. So I think this is a really relevant film. So go check out Dark Waters. Let me know what you think. Let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for supporting your Wasteland reviewer.